The alarm goes off telling the geezer he needs to wake up, but he doesn't. He snoozes his alarm, he wants that extra 15 minutes of sleep. It feels so good. Before you know it, 30 minutes has passed from the time he should have woken up. He was meant to hit legs at the gym today, but did not feel like it. I will do it tomorrow. Today I'm not in the right mind frame. He starts his deep focus work. 15 minutes into it, he gets a notification on his phone and starts replying back. Since he's on his phone, he watches a couple of shorts on social media. It's only 30 seconds, it won't take too much of my time. 30 seconds becomes 5 minutes, 5 minutes becomes 10 minutes, 10 minutes becomes 30 minutes. What was meant to be a solid 2 hours of deep focus work has now become 15 minutes of work, if that. Here comes Donate. He wakes up before his alarm goes off. He has become habituated to waking up early consistently. For him, snoozing is not in his dictionary. He knows that if he snoozes, he has already been defeated. He goes straight into his 3 hours of deep focused work. Every distractions, including his phone, is switched off. It's now deep uninterrupted work. Once he finishes, the gym is next on his to-do list. He doesn't feel like hitting legs today, but he knows that discipline does not care about your emotions. He knows that the best time to hit the gym is exactly when you don't feel like hitting the gym. This is where the character building and mental growth happens. He has been doing this regime for the past 4 years every day. I'm sure you can see the stark contrast between the two. Discipline is a word that most of us do not like and move away from. It feels like a heavy burden, and as a result we take the easy way out. But what most people don't seem to realize is that if you become disciplined in what you say and what you do, life becomes very easy and fulfilling for you. So in this video I want to share 4 practical steps you can do straight away to become more disciplined. And let me tell you this, if you follow through the steps in order, you will see your discipline shoot through the roof. The first step you want to do is create a clear and specific goal. What goal do you personally want to achieve? You, not anyone else, you. These could be short or long-term goals. For example, do you want to earn more money? Do you want to build a good body, whether that's losing weight or gaining muscle? Do you want to progress in your career, buy a house? Whatever the goal is, make sure it's personal to you and not influenced by anyone else. If your goals are motivated by others and don't come from within you, you will not be motivated enough to pursue these goals on a long-term basis. You will give up easily when the going gets tough. One of my major goals was to leaving the corporate world and starting up an education company. I had it clear in my mind that this was a long-term goal, that it would take time to get the business up and running. I was not going to be doing this for 6 months or 1 year, and if it does not work, just give up and move on to something else. No, I accepted in my mind that I would give this a minimum of 5 to 10 years and see what happens from there. I knew this is what I wanted to do. The decision was made purely by me, not my family or friends. This made it easier for me to digest the hard times because the responsibility of the decision was on me and no one else. I wanted to do this, so I had to go through it myself, whether it was good or bad. I now had a goal that I was working towards, which meant that all the bad habits I had, whether it was waking up later than usual, not doing deep focused work, not going outside my comfort zone, had to be removed and changed, or else I would not be able to grow the business and achieve the vision I had for it. I had to change myself and my character for the goal. I had to level up. The goal was changing me and who I was becoming. That is a good thing because I was able to go on the straight path and not get distracted by the outside world. Looking back at it, I'm so glad that I did not let others influence what I wanted of life and what I wanted to achieve. I stood my ground and believed in the goal, in the vision that I had for this education company. Because I believed in it so much, everything about me, the way I conduct myself, my values and principles changed for the vision. Discipline was starting to become more and more prevalent in my life. If you are struggling to set a goal for yourself, take a step back, remove yourself from society and people, and go and take a walk in nature. Start listening to what your mind and soul is saying to you. You can't set a goal based on what others want of you. The goal has to be something you want to do and achieve. It has to come from within you. This is very important. If you want to make more money, lose weight, gain muscle, progress in your career, stop drinking, cut the bad habits, ask yourself this question: why do you want to do this? What is it for? Who is it for? What am I going to get out of this? Does this drive me? Do I feel pumped to do this? Is this a long-term goal? These are questions you need to ask when setting clear-cut goals so you can start molding your identity and the person you want to become. Once you have established your goal, the second step is to create a routine for that goal. You have your vision and the goal you want to achieve. You now need to come up with activities and tasks that you will need to do on a regular basis that will get you closer and closer to your goal. If money is an issue and you need to make more so you can pay your bills, what activities can you come up with that will allow you to solve this? For example, there's 2 things you can do here. The first one is cut out unnecessary expenses, things you are buying that bring you no practical value to your life. This could be eating out too often, having subscriptions that you don't don't use, buying too many clothes that you don't wear in the end. The second step is looking at ways you can increase your income. This could be learning a new qualification that will enable you to demand a higher salary. It could be doing a side hustle on the side of your main job that will allow you to earn some extra income. If you want to gain muscle or lose weight, what activities can you do to solve this? You can start going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week. You can start modifying your diet slowly to meet the goals you want to achieve. You can cut out junk food slowly out of your life. You need to define what activities you need to do first before creating a routine. There is no routine without activities. Once you have your activities sorted, you can now create a routine for yourself. Now, this is where most people fail and give up after a short period of time. The reason why they give up is because they make the routine way too difficult to do. They try and make it in a way where they will go hard and do everything all at once. Stop. It's not going to work. A routine is meant to be activities you can do on a regular basis without it being so difficult and overwhelming. Start small when creating the routine, and then as you get accustomed to it, build it up and take on more. This is how you build longevity in achieving your goals. So how would a routine for earning more money look like? Well, you can start saying to yourself, I'm going to reduce my eating habits and keep it to 1 to 2 times a week or even 3 times a month. The number is just me using it as an example. You can adjust it to your needs. I will only buy new clothes once every 2 to 3 months or even 4 months if I could prolong it. I'm going to cut out subscriptions that I don't use and don't need. I'm going to spend 1 hour every day to study and learn this new qualification so I can pass it and put it on my CV and then be able to use this as leverage to demand a higher salary. I'm going to bring more value to the company I'm working for and produce high quality work so my manager can see this. And I will give myself 6 to 12 months where he can see the progress I've made and the quality of work has been consistent before my next pay review. It goes without saying, I'm just using these numbers as examples. You can tweak it to your liking. This is you starting small. As you get more comfortable with it, you can start increasing the level to challenge yourself so that you don't become stale. The moment you get comfortable with your routine, that's the moment you need to level up and make it slightly harder for yourself. Your mind will thank you for it. If you are comfortable, you will get complacent. If you get complacent, you will get lazy. If you get lazy, you will go back into your bad habits and fall off the path. If you want to build a routine for building muscle, start going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week. Notice I said 2 to 3 times. You start small. You don't go saying I'm going to go all in and go 6 to 7 times a week. You will burn out and lose motivation to carry on. The routine is not meant to bring you down. It's meant to act as a supplement to your day-to-day life. You go 2 to 3 times a week for the first month so your body can get accustomed to the workout and your mind is able to get comfortable with you doing this now on a weekly basis. Once you are comfortable, at the end of the month, you now increase it to 4 times a week and do this for another month. As you are doing this, you are increasing your capacity level of being able to do more on a consistent basis. This is now you becoming disciplined in your routine and sticking by it. You will build great momentum on a day-to-day basis as you do this. Even on those days when you don't want to do it or don't feel like doing it, you will still do it because you built up a routine that you've now been doing consistently. Humans are creatures of habits. We will get accustomed to the habits that we are doing if we are able to do it for a prolonged period of time. You see how powerful a routine can be to increase your discipline. All you gotta do is start and start small. And from there you build up the layers to increase your capacity to do more. You will become the person where you don't care what your emotions say. You will still do what you said you're going to do because you are now a disciplined individual. Full stop. The next step is to anticipate and remove distractions. As you are doing your routine, you are most likely going to get distracted by your phone, your family, your friends, and the world itself. It's important to remember that when you do your activities, you should be 100% focused on it. Tunnel vision. There should be no distractions or else you are not giving it your all to the task at hand. If you are working and have your phone by your side, remove it and put it in another room. That way you will not get distracted when notifications come up. You have to understand that every time you get distracted, it takes away precious willpower from you, making it harder to focus again. For you to be in your flow state, you have to go in deep in the task that you are doing, and that will only work when you are on your own and focused. If it helps, have some focused background music. This is what I do. It gets me in the zone and I can go on for hours without losing concentration. Your mind is like a muscle. You have to train it like a muscle. What happens if you don't train your muscle? It goes off and sags away. That's the same principle for the mind. If you don't train your mind to focus, it will lose its ability to stay sharp. If you struggle to stay focused for long periods of time, try this 3-step method that will increase your focus time. The first step is do the task at hand for 30 minutes without any distractions. Once you have done this, you can look at your phone and spend 10 minutes on it or do other things you want to do. Set yourself a timer for 10 minutes so you don't go overboard. Once those 10 minutes are over, put your phone away and remove any other distractions and go back at it for another 30 minutes. You want to start with 3 30-minute blocks first and do this for a week so your mind can get accustomed to it. If you need more time, extend it to another week. The second step is once your mind is accustomed to it, increase the 30-minute slot to 45 minutes and repeat step 1. The third step is to increase each slot by 15 minutes so it's a gradual increase. This will keep you motivated and still wanting to do the task. As you get used to it, you will see your capacity to do more grows. Your mind is able to do more because it's now used to what you have been doing. Focus work without any distractions is extremely important in this day and age, especially when there's so much distractions around us with social media. Train your mind to stay focused and you will see how much you can achieve in such short space of time. The next step is you need to embrace unpredictability in your life. Nothing in life is going to be constant and stay the same. There are going to be events and circumstances that are going to derail you from the path that you are on. This is normal, but what you can't do is take yourself away from the path and use those circumstances as excuses. It's easy to be disciplined when everything is going well. Anyone can do that. But when all hell breaks loose, when everything in your life is going wrong, this is where you need to be truly disciplined and keep to your word. Not everyone is able to do this. This is why not everyone is successful, because most people give up when the going gets tough. Most people use the circumstances that's going outside of their lives as excuses to stop what they are doing and go off on a different path. But you're not going to do that. You are going to stay on your path, tunnel vision, regardless of what happens in your life, because you are a disciplined individual. You are going to keep to your word, and your word is your bond, and you are going to keep going forward on the path you set, because you are going to achieve your goal and the vision that you have for yourself. You are not going to be like everyone else. You are not going to derail yourself and move off on a different path because everything else in your life is going down. No, you are going to be truly disciplined when the occasion calls for it, and the occasion is when everything is going wrong in your life. This is when you start shining. This is when your true discipline comes to the light. And when you do that, when you're able to stay on the path when everyone else is going against the tide, you are going to differentiate yourself from the ordinary, because you are the extraordinary. Everything starts from zero. When are you going to start? Peace.